little bit explain.
So this is the EtCO2 and carbon dioxide. So if you want to control, you are controlling the merit ventilation based on the carbon dioxide that you wanted. You are changing the PEEP and FiO2 based on the saturation you wanted. Right? Now what are we going to do? We are going to give the ventilator what is the saturation, what is the EtCO2, and you are going to just set the target. समझ में आ रहा है? You're understanding? Huh? So maybe you were it. Huh? So I have checked I have taken the mode. I am selecting IntelliVent.
Just before you do it.
Okay.
Because the only thing is that IntelliVent is very important sometimes to start sensors. Because sensors are not on.
Sensors, yeah.
So now go to systems and sensors.
That's what it is last time, yeah.
CO2 and SO2 to on. And there is also one thing in this that sometimes when the CO2 sensor is there, it comes cross. That means we may not have calibrated this sensor. Okay. So we need to ensure that also first so that it becomes easy for all of us that later it doesn't give any alarms. So this O2 sensor, not only the CO2 sensor, we have to calibrate. Okay. But right now it is fine. So now my sensors are on already. Okay. It has mentioned SQ2 cable okay, SQ2 sensor okay, and SQ2 sensor active. Massimo has already given the answer, and it is also active. Sometimes it is not active; it gives you deactive or inactive message.
Code insulin, no recapping.
I starting ventilation, okay?
Code insulin, no recapping.
I started
Code
ventilation.
insulin, no recapping.
Oh, it's not attached. It's not attached. That's why I'm saying.
Now we go to the IntelliVent. Now in that you select
So I am making it automatic. See, what I'm doing is you can check whatever you want, ARDS or whatever it is. I don't want ARDS, whatever it is. I'm just going to the controls, not this. Modes, IntelliVent, and I'm deciding to make the merit ventilation automatic. I'm making the PEEP automatic. I'm making the oxygen automatic, and I'm telling to wean also automatically. Once I do this, I say continue. It will ask me whether I want to go to an automatic spontaneous breathing trial. So I'll press automatic spontaneous breathing trial. So if the patient is going to be breathing, it will go from weaning to readiness to weaning to SBT. It will go to that, and I'm putting my time range. That see, this is going to be SBT parameters 12 and 5. Okay, this is going to be my rate. This is going to be my time before starting. 30 minutes before starting SBT, it will do a readiness to wean criteria. Okay, and time between to SBT is will be 30 minutes. So I'll tell him every 30 minutes do an SBT. Okay, so what it's going to do in the event that it's failing, I can increase it whatever hour I want, and I tell him do the SBT only after 8 o'clock or in the morning. I don't want to do it in the night. So between 8 and 20, 8 and 8 it is doing the SBT when everybody is around. And then when I press this, we can see what's going to happen here. Continue. Okay, it gives me a target. So I'm setting my target here. I'm setting my target. My target over here is 93 to 97. So if it's an ARDS patient, I'll say I want 91 to 94 or something like that, which I'm accepting. So I can press this and shift my target. Can you see this? I'm shifting my target of saturation based on your PEEP value. You keep on changing the PEEP based on that. Okay. Meanwhile, I'm setting my my EtCO2, which is actually the pressures. No, they'll change the pressures, minute volume. So this is the pressure. It will change this will change the EtCO2 based on that. This is your EtCO2. Okay, so it will change the EtCO2 based on that. 42, 35, 41, whatever it is. This is the patient here. The yellow is the patient here. When I press continue, okay, it's now telling me oxygenation criteria. It's telling me to set a limit on this. After which it will alarm. Okay, so the alarm is the pressure limit, and this limit is setting. PEEP. I don't want to go to 25 PEEP and 15 PEEP, so I'm setting that. Okay, कि भाई oxygenation के लिए can go anywhere, no? So I'm telling you to 15 के ऊपर मत लेके जाओ. 15 के ऊपर alarm दे देगा वो. I do this and I say continue. When I press continue, it is only telling me the trigger that I need to adjust. Only the trigger. If I want to adjust that, we don't need to adjust that. Okay, nothing else I want to do here. I say confirm. The moment I say I adjust the alarms over here, I adjust the alarms over here. Properly I adjust the alarms. Okay. Okay, and confirm. The moment I do that, it has started ventilating. Now why is this red? Because it is not detecting a breath here. Patient's breath. This become so. If this controller was not, if the breath was easily detected there, no, this also would have changed. Why your breath is not getting detected?
it comes sometimes. Like you.
So unless there's a breath, this will. So what has happened here? It has already decided to change the FiO2 based on the target that we have set. So it is changing the PEEP and the FiO2 based on the target that we have set. it is going to change the minute ventilation based on the ET02 that we are going to set. So it will do everything together. You don't have to touch even these buttons which we initially we were touching. Are you understanding? You don't have to touch anything. It will just do it on its own. And then you can figure out what it is, how it is going. So this is your target. See this? CO2 elimination target this is. So he's at 7. It will, that's the yellow, that's what the yellow is that side. You see the yellow bottom now. It is right at the end. So you will try to get it over here. Okay, oxygenation it is right over here. It will say accept, it will not really go towards that side, accept it. Okay, and see the minute ventilation is now changing based on what person is breathing. Based on the EtCO2. So now the EtCO2 is 14. So it is actually reducing. See, we have kept 42 to 50. So it is actually reducing the minute ventilation, minute volume. And the number over here, this you can see this thing over here, this arrow. The arrow over here will tell you that okay, it is reducing now. I am reducing. There is an arrow here. Can you see the arrow here? That arrow. And if it stops at a certain place, it will take okay, I have stopped. It is at this time I am stopping now. I don't need to change anything. It's doing well. Okay. So this is that arrow saying is continuously coming down. Whereas here there is no arrow. He says this is enough. I don't need to do anything. He's not changing air. Is not changing P. So it is doing everything itself. This is IntelliVent ASV. Complete closed loop. Complete closed loop. This is the only complete closed loop.
And even the signals, what we see green, that means your sensors are proper.
So here, no, it's very important for you to look at this. It will not work if your sensors are not okay. For example, your PI, your perfusion index. You know, the perfusion index has to be more than 1 and less than 20. Okay, you cannot have the perfusion index to be 40. If it's 40, it will not work properly. Okay, similarly, your it is sort of green, basically a green bars. It should not be red. If it becomes red, it becomes a problem. So, okay.
Doing this thing. Now what happens is either green signal it will now slowly come down because sensor is not working. So it will turn to orange and then red. And when it becomes 0, it becomes red. That means your sensor is not working properly. At this time, your minute volume will freeze.
Like for example, let's take this out. He takes this out, he takes this out. So now the sensor is not working. So you'll be wondering, अरे क्या करेगा ये? तो ये क्या करेगा ना? ये इसको hold करके इसको बढ़ा दे. Immediately, it will make it safe. It should start now.
It will start.
It is waiting for some time. Okay.
Now it freezes. Now it freezes to normal setting. So 100% तो आपको minimum vessel ventilation मिलेगा ही. That is the safety option. It will not stop at where the EtCO2 brought it to. It will stop at the normal vessel size.
See that? Now it will stop this, and then it will keep. Then after some time इसको बढ़ा देगा ना 100% कर देगा इसको.
It right now stop because they have stopped. I've reduced it. Because we are not connected.
There's no O2, right?
There's no O2 connected.
There's no O2. बढ़ेगा नहीं.
इसलिए वो मैंने इसमें किया हुआ है. तो सारा नॉर्मल ASV सेटिंग पे आके ये रुक जाएगा. Backup जैसा होगा. So it will not do anything wrong.
Yeah, it adjusts on its own.
तो just continue with it. Readiness में continue करेंगे.
मतलब it is fine. Not the issue. The only thing is that later you have to come and see the sensor is working properly or not. This sensor is working properly or not. Sometimes there is soiling inside the sensor. Here inside the sensor there is soiling. You need to clean the sensor. Okay, make sure it is clean properly and then you attach it again.
पेशेंट को कुछ न होने के लिए वो ऊपर
Normal glass piece is there is no other way. And this one is reusable wala. There are other equipment which comes disposable wala, transparent wala. हाँ पहले से वो वाला disposable wala है. उसको भी आप clean करके लगा सकते हैं.
So the backup is not just ventilation. The backup is even oxygenation. That's what we should understand. Other than